For more tips for your trips, please like and subscribe.
Now invite you to join us for the Animation Academy. Please welcome your sketch artist, Sarah Schmidt.
Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, I lost my friend. No! Hello. His name is Benjamin, and he'll be helping us today. Welcome, everybody, to the Animation Academy here at Epcot. How are we doing? Excellent. Well, my name's Sarah. It's so nice to meet you all. I'm a concept artist here at Disney, and my job, I get to create character artwork and illustrations for our parks, resorts, cruise line, and different projects all over the world. So I'm so excited to see you all today, and I thought today that we might go to a galaxy far, far away, as you can tell from our little board friend, and draw some of our favorite Star Wars characters. So how do we feel about drawing BB8 today? Excellent. All right, and BB8 starts, as many great characters do, with a circle. He is all circles. And we're not going to draw every single little rivet on him. We're going to do a more stylized approach, so don't panic. We got this. So we're going to start with about like a big baseball-sized circle. Not quite smack dab in the center of our paper, but a little bit lower. This is going to be his body. So kind of put the bottom of the circle wherever you want him to be sitting on the floor. So an easy tip to create a smoother circle is to draw not from rotation in the wrist, but rotation from your whole arm, because that gives you a wider range of motion, so you're gonna have a much smoother line. So I'm gonna start drawing nice and light. As you can see, I'm just going over the circle a bunch of times. Not committed to any lines yet, we're just starting with some reference. That's sort of vaguely circle shaped. And then we're going to create a smaller circle for his head. It's about, something we're going to do a lot is measure different parts of BB8's body against one another. So like half the size of this circle, pop it up here. Again, really, really light. It can overlap this body circle a little bit, and this one is really, really, really light. This is not going to be part of our final drawing. It's what we call reference lines, guidelines. These will just help us place things in the final drawing. And we're done. Good job, everybody. Just kidding. So now we're going to put in some more reference lines. So we're going to create a vertical guideline through the center of his body, and it's going to be arced this way a little bit. Because he's a circle. He's not just a flat circle, he's a sphere. So we want to create wrapping lines to show that he's in motion. We're going to draw a C shape, nice and gentle, facing to the left. And then we're going to do something very similar and do a rainbow shape right across his midsection. Like that. These are, again, super light guidelines. We'll go over them darker later. And then for his head, it's not a full circle, it's a little bit more like a half circle. So we're going to create a smiley face shape or an upside down rainbow, very gently kind of tracing the bottom of this circle that we created that overlaps and goes right to the edges of our head circle. Oh my gosh, did I just smash a bug with my pencil? Oh no! There's always something going on. It's okay, we got him, he's good. We're gonna draw the bottom of that, and then connect in a big rainbow to create our head shape. And we're not going for a one-for-one photorealistic BB8. We're drawing a cute stylized version today. And stylized basically just means whatever version you draw is correct, because it's all up to artistic interpretation. So we've got kind of our base shapes in, and we're going to create another guideline on his head that sort of echoes this same shape that we did, but it's going to just exist within this circle right here. And that's going to tell us which way his eyes are pointing. So I'm going to have him looking left. If you want to have him looking a different way, totally up to you. It's your BB8. It doesn't even have to be BB8. It can be a different BB unit if you're feeling excited about that. Now we're going to create circle. It's not going to be a perfect circle. It's going to be a little bit squished on the sides because we're looking at it kind of around the corner. So we're going to draw a circle about midway through this shape that just overlaps that center line. And again, this is his big eye, so this is going to be kind of where he's looking, what direction he's focused on. And again, super, super light at his face. And then we're going to draw his little eye, which is going to be kind of equidistant between this bottom of the big eye and the bottom of this, and just over here to the side. And we're going to keep going all around BB8. We don't want to finish one part of the drawing and leave a different part of the drawing underdeveloped. We want to kind of develop everything at the same rate, so that way we don't perfect the head and then the body is the wrong size. So we're going to go back to the body, and we're going to start adding in some of his details. So he's got these cute little polka dots on him. So right at the intersection of this horizontal and vertical line, we're going to draw a circle that kind of connects all four like a pizza. And it's not going to be a perfect circle. It's going to be a little bit squished on the sides. It's like the last one. We kind of want to create 4 equal pizza pie slices. Again, super, super light, easy peasy. And then we're going to create 2 half circles, one down here, one over here. Because he's got these dots all over him, but they're not totally visible. So I'm just going to create this little rainbow shape down here. Again, creating kind of equal pizza slices. And then the same thing over here. And you can kind of track with your fingers to make sure that these feel like they're the same size as each other. Approximately. So if you notice, I keep looking at this paper I've got taped up over here. This is my model sheet or my reference sheet. So I've got pictures of BB8 up here. I've got practice drawings I've done. Because whenever we draw a character, we want to be what's called on model, which means that no matter who's drawing it, we always want to make sure that the eyes are in the right place. Everything's for BB8, his little antennas are in the right place. So no matter who's drawing him, there's consistency carried throughout these drawings. Now we can go back and give him kind of his little antenna hat. So we're going to follow this arc that we created and create another little rainbow shot shape on top of his head. The little circle up there. And then he's got one tall antenna and one short antenna. So on either side of this horizontal guide that we've created, I'm going to draw the tall antenna on the right. It's a nice straight line. Little curved ends. And on the other side, I'm going to draw his shorter antenna. And short line, curved ends. I'm going to break this down and draw another little rainbow underneath my face. Let's add a little bit more detail on there. And then I'm going to draw some vertical lines in there for detail. Now we're getting into the rivets and the gadgets and gizmos, so stay with me on this. So around his eye, it's got like a big P bubble letter shape almost. So we're going to follow this line and draw another one in between the big eye. We're just going to follow that shape up and then curve it around the eye and then bring it down following this line that you created right here. So it's a nice big scoop around the big eye and then around the little eye. Kind of like a third of the way up the big eye, we're going to draw a horizontal line right here, and then that's going to come down on the side. And then we're going to do kind of the same thing we did up here. At the bottom of his head, we're going to darken the bottom line and draw another one just above it for the bottom of his head. We're going to add some more little details in here. So we're going to do the same thing again, basically, but just smaller underneath that top arch. And we're going to stop right at the same point where we drew this line. We're always measuring different parts. It helps with BB8 as a droid that you have to think about, you know, like how someone would have put it together. So all of these joints kind of line up with one another, like how someone would have assembled him. And then we're gonna draw another one of those little rounded rectangles over here. This one is gonna stop, put it like halfway through the small eye, and stop just short. Benjamin's thinking about flying away. Don't do it. Don't do it. All right, now we can go in and add some details on his body. So inside our little pizzas that we created, we're gonna add the pizza crust now. So within our big circles, we can add a smaller circle. This part can be really, really light. We'll do the same thing on the bottom and on the side. And then we want to keep this really light because this inner pizza crust shape has little wedges cut into it. So on each of these intersecting lines, we're going to draw like half of a triangle. So it's going to come in, but instead of coming to a point, it's going to come to a square. We're just going to go around and do that anywhere where a guideline intersects with our circle. Down here. If the edge of your wedge runs into the edge of BB8, that's great. If it doesn't, that's great too. All right, so now challenge mode. You don't have to, but if you'd like to, I'm gonna draw BB8 giving his little flame thumbs up. So if you'd like to follow me on this journey, starting from our center point right here, it's really easy, you guys, you got it. We're gonna draw a diagonal line that goes right out here. Two diagonal lines, kind of equidistant of that part. And then we're gonna draw a medium-sized circle, kind of the same size as our little eye, and a smaller circle within it. And then another one of those little wedge shapes up top. So that's his little thumb sticking out. And then we can draw a little flame on top. And I'll draw a little inner flame as well. Say good job, buddy. Okay, did everybody survive drawing the thumbs up? Yeah. No. It's okay, we've got plenty of time, we'll get there. Okay, so I'll buy you some time to keep working on it. So we gotta draw now the little part where the thumb comes out of, or his little hand. Oh my goodness, the magic wind chimes. So we're gonna draw equidistant. Again, we're gonna cut this little pizza slice in half here, and then draw this little line that comes down here, right on our horizontal guideline. So it just kind of pops out of that little area right there. And then we're gonna create some more lines, just following the lines we've already drawn. Just to create like this little area where this little thumb comes out of. I keep calling it his thumb. I don't really know what it is in droid language. And then we're gonna shade that in later. So that's great for now. And then there are some more tiny little details we can add in here. He's got 4 little baby rectangles between these 2 wedges. And again, the great part about this drawing is it's all stylized. So whatever you draw is correct. And also the other great part about Star Wars is that everything is covered in dirt. So if you don't like something, just smush it and it's just it's just a little smear. We can draw another one of those soft rectangles over here. And then he's got rivets along all of these lines. So now we can go in and start darkening in some of our favorite parts. So in between each of these circles, these guidelines that we created are actually part of BB8, so we can darken those. Darken in any favorite lines, and then draw 2 little baby circles on either side for rivets. And we'll do the same thing anywhere there's a horizontal and vertical line that runs into those circles. there are a lot of different principles of animation and character art that we're always thinking about when we're drawing. And one of those is line weight. So when you draw, it's not the same weight of line the entire drawing. If you draw a darker, thicker line, it can give something a sense of place or draw your attention to it. So as I'm drawing BB8, I'm drawing a thicker, darker line towards the bottom of him, which will help give him some weight and make him feel like he's sitting on the ground. You can add a little shadow underneath him as well for ground plane. Now we can go back and add final details on his face. So for his eyes, we can go in and darken up our exteriors, but don't touch the interiors of the eyes yet because there's some details in there. So he's got almost like a little eyelid. So we're gonna draw a backwards C shape just inside on the right side. And that'll also help us determine which way he's looking. So if you want him looking to the left, you can put that on this side. And we'll do the same one, smaller, but just a little baby eye. And then we're gonna draw two teeny tiny little circles in the upper left-hand corner of each. And we're gonna leave these unshaded. That's the highlight from his little flame. All right, we're almost to the finish line. Now we're gonna go top to bottom and finish up our drawing and add in shading. I'm just gonna start at the top, work my way down towards the bottom, looking back and forth at my reference sheet. He's got another little baby rivet underneath his big eye. Add that in. He's got some more breakup over here, so I'm gonna add those two little lines in as well. And then for the shading on his eyes, if you want extra credit, you can shade it a little bit darker at the top of his eye and leave a little bit lighter at the bottom. That'll help it look like there's light bouncing around inside his eye and will really help him feel alive. So you can use the side of your pencil if you want to shade really smoothly. Start nice and dark at the top, get a little bit lighter towards the bottom. For extra credit, if you leave that lighter section at the bottom in sort of a moon shape, that will also help it feel like the eye is more rounded. And then you can do the same thing on the little eye as well. Darker towards the top, lighter towards the bottom. Again, BB8 is out there doing dangerous work with the resistance, so he is covered in dirt. So I'm gonna add some dirt. little scrapes, little nicks. Anywhere where there's something that maybe is not your favorite thing that you've drawn, just scribble over it. So he's got some dirt on. And I'll do the same thing on the body as well, especially on any of our like seams, our joints, our rivets. Especially in the edges of these pizzas, he gets really dirty. So we can add some more shading in there. More shading on the bottom of him as well. And then we're gonna shade inside this little area here where his arm comes out. This can be lighter than the eyes. Generally on a character drawing, we want the eyes to be the highest point of contrast, so that way we have our darkest lines next to our lightest areas of white. There's little highlights in there. So it really helps draw the audience's attention to what you want them to see first, which is a character's expression and how they're feeling. I'm gonna create just another little line in there to help describe where that arm is coming from. Right. Add any little extra bits and pieces in there that you'd like. Add some light is shining. And then the most important part of a drawing is to sign it and date it. So you'll remember your trip to Epcot 5 years from now when you find this drawing in a drawer somewhere in your house. All right, and that is BB8. Did we survive? I heard some yeses. I'll take some yeses. Gonna add a little more shading. Buying you guys some time. We'll get a little rivets in there. Okay. Thank you.
You did amazing. We love you.
Friends, thank you for joining us for this presentation of the Animation Academy. We hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at the Epcot International Festival of the Arts.
For more tips for your trips, please like and subscribe.